Hello, welcome to a video of my flea market finds for Saturday, September 28th, 2024. So the first purchase I arrived, the sun wasn't up yet, and a bad purchase. Both records are, I shouldn't. The sun wasn't up, so it was really hard to see the condition of the record, but I collect Joe Dassin records. Je collectionne les disques de Joe Dassin. Ça, c'est un pressage français. Importé de France, il est sur CBS. Au Canada, il était sur RCA. J'étais content. C'est cool, parce que c'était une importation. Mais j'ai pas vu premièrement qu'il y a quelqu'un qui a écrit son nom ici. Puis le disque n'était pas en super bon état. On voit que c'est une copie de France. Voilà. Mais il y a des scuffs, une coupe de scratch. À l'heure que j'étais arrivé, je voyais pas la condition du disque, so I couldn't see properly. There was no sun up yet, and I didn't notice somebody had wrote his or her name in there, so it was $2. I should have left it there. Plus, I added this beat up 45 Western Union. I think I wasn't completely woken up because I think I have this already, but it's from a lot of free records I got from a dear friend. So I'm almost sure I already have it now. So yeah, $2.50 loss, but it proves that it's not always the early bird purchases or finds that are the best ones. So that was the first purchase. So it started off not too well, but it doesn't matter. It gets better. Second purchase, I still today in 2024 record TV shows on a not this model but a different model of a Pioneer DVD recorder with a hard drive, and I edit my shows that I want to keep or excerpts from shows by inserting chapters to mark out where I want to cut, and then when I have about 4 hours of stuff, I burn it on the DVD-R. So and I still buy spindles of them at the Staples. Sorry, I'm not holding this properly. It came with the remote. Although it was funny because the guy had this on the ground, and I said, "Do you have a remote?" And then he had a box full of remotes and cables and stuff. So I pulled out. I pulled it out. I recognized it right away. I haven't tested it yet. Didn't have time. I had a crazy weekend. Wait until you see. Well, today is the next day. So the Saturday I got some good stuff, but the jackpots are really the following day. So do watch the next video after this one. So, but he couldn't find the electric cord. Didn't make a rebate, but it was just $10. I mean, I'm willing to pay $10 for any Pioneer DVD player, let alone a recorder with a hard drive. Okay, I prefer the previous model 494. I think the ones I use in my room because the menus are easier. This one is harder to use. So the very next, like within 3-4 minutes, I got to another kiosk, and a friendly seller that I know had. I showed him my find, and I told him I need a plug for that. And as I was greeting him, to our feet was a box of cables and cords. I pulled out this one that it fits, so I got this for $3. So it didn't take less than 5 minutes to get a power cable for it. Although I could have recycled one of the ones I have already, but I wanted to have. I don't like not to have the same amount of cords. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I got the cable for another $3. Then what's the next purchase? It was a crazy weekend, so I'm getting lost in my notes here. Same seller. I noticed that I think it was the same seller, but I walked around, and then later I came to his again because he hadn't pulled out all his stuff, and then he had, lo and behold, a small crate full of these earplugs. Not just any earplugs, they are exactly the one and only type that I use. I sleep with those, or when I have to go, like the rare times I go to a concert or a place where it's going to be really loud, I use these. I reuse them though, but I don't throw them out after every night, but I sleep with these 3M1100 form earplugs. And the last ones I ordered on eBay cost me, with shipping and everything and the exchange rate, roughly close to 75 cents a pair. I said I want all of them. I didn't know how many. I counted them just before the video. I have 186 pairs, and I had a price in mind, but I wasn't sure. I wanted him to speak first, and he said exactly the same. Oh, it's been like that all weekend. People I ask a price for something, boom, same price I wanted to pay, or slightly less sometimes. He said $10. I said that's what I had in mind. Gave him $10. That comes to, instead of 74 or 75 cents each, it comes to about 5.3 cents, a little bit more than 5.3 cents a pair. I'm good for a while with this. I saved so much money. So I got this. I need it. Like, eventually I was about to order more. Holy crap. So that was fun. That was a nice find. Same seller also sold me, he had some albums of 78s, but very ordinary foxtrot stuff from the 20s and maybe 30s. But I kind of like the first foxtrot that came out on VD Victor, the V logo. And there were a few I wanted. Like in the 3 or 4 albums he had, I could spy a few. So I've asked him how much they were. So I would give him $1.50 each, which is a lot. I used to pay these Victor V records for 25 to 50 cents. Like, I got crates of them. Not many crates, but I have probably close to 100. Anyway, and I used to compile them on reel-to-reel tape in numerical order, chronological order, and it made great fun compilations. So I spotted a few, and he said, look, you'll like me. And he walks me to the box with the records, and he said, get a whole album for $5. As many albums as you want, $5 the album. So he let me do it. I switched some records around from this album to other albums. I took the ones that had the most that I kind of wanted and filled it out with the most interesting looking ones. Paid $5. So I checked them yesterday. We'll go through them, and this album is actually really neat. And I'm starting to prefer to put my records, my 78s, in these albums rather than loan sleeves and pile them up in milk crates, because it's a pain in the butt to unpile them. Always risking breaking one just to get the ones near the bottom. I say near the bottom because I always put half a dozen bad records at the bottom, because they will curve like that. They do. And milk crates are not perfectly sturdy. So let's look at them. This is why I'm holding the camera really weird, because I decided to get a stand. Sorry for because I need to learn to, not learn, but to remember that I should always use both hands to manipulate 78. So this one I knew I had already, but I love the song so much I needed I didn't mind having a backup copy in case I break the other one. This is Turn On the Heat by Horace Heidt and his Californians. I love this one. It's really cool. Georgia Pines, not bad. The 3 next ones, because I've checked them yesterday, the 3 next ones are actually I didn't recognize the titles or the artists, but I have them already. I recognize them because I compiled them on reel-to-reel tape. I've played these compilations, and I even remember transferring the reel-to-reel tape compilation onto cassettes to play in the car at one point in my life. So these 3 are backup copies now, because the next 3 I already have. Love Me by Nat Shilkret. It's been a long time between time. Leo Reisman and his orchestra. At that time they often put 2 different bands or artists on the same record on each side. Like I said, these VE records I love. Like I'm not very much of a fan of the acoustic era. By the way, in a few months, next year in 2025, it will be the 100th anniversary of the first electrically recorded record by Victor in February, and I think the first release was not the first recorded record. They recorded one in March that came out in April, but I forgot the details. I think it's 9th of April will be the 100th anniversary of the first time they released an electrically recorded record to the public. Sorry for the parenthesis here. Breakaway, Foxtrot, George Olson and his music. Big City Blues, Foxtrot from Fox Movie Tone Follies of 1929. George Olson and his music. And this one I have also already somewhere in the basement. Sorry for the Waiting at the End of the Road by All Star Orchestra, vocal refrain by the Melody 3. Sorry. And this one is My Song of the Nile by the Troubadours. I used to buy any good condition VE I could find. If at least one side I had a Foxtrot, I didn't care for waltzes too much. Now, so far I've shown you 4 records that I already have. This one is why I always kind of dislike these albums, because when you want to flip through them to see the records or pull a record out, you have to be really careful to not keep the record too close to the spine, and you'll see why in a moment. When I always like tilt them like this and make them, I tap the spine to make them roll towards the outer edge of the sleeve here. They don't glue far enough, so the records tend to slide back close to the spine, and this is exactly what happened to this record before I bought it. I just didn't notice this one was broken. I don't know if you can see it here. From here to here, even chipped here, and here it's about to fall off. So this side is dangerous for the stylus. Actually, this is going in the garbage after this video. So it was good, but I won't lose sleep over it. I've got a feeling I'm falling by Gene Austin. The other side, again by Gene Austin, is maybe, who knows. There's another Gene Austin, this one. That's the only one that was cracked when I got home. So this was just interesting to show why these albums are kind of dangerous. You just have to be careful. By the way, all of these 12 records are good in my taste. Are good. There's nothing in these, well, aside from the broken one, nothing I'm going to toss out. Here we have Ted Weems and his orchestra. You're the cream in my coffee. Always think of Roger Rabbit every time I read that line, because he says that at one point in this film, in the movie. Anything Your Heart Desires by Ted Weems and his orchestra, Foxtrot. Lucky Me, Lovable You by Leo Reisman. I love the title. Happy Day, that's a well-known song. Happy Days Are Here Again, from the motion picture Chasing Rainbows, Leo Reisman and his orchestra. What's the next one? Rudy Valley. I have already a handful of his. So far my favorite by him is Stein's Song. It's just a beautiful melody. I still remember Foxtrot, and this is I Never Dream You'd Fall in Love with Me. This is the Gene Austin that survived. Under a Texas Moon, and this side is Telling It to the Daisies. Now we have a Bluebird. I don't have tons of these beige Bluebird labels. I do have one Glenmiller on this label. I got an estate sale a few years ago. Anyway, this is Sid Pelton and Orchestra with vocal refrain. That's Love from the film Nana. The other side is Old Pappy. This side is better, actually. I remember. I played them yesterday, so of course I remember. This is an early Decca. I love these. In my humble opinion, I think Compo in Canada made better pressings of Decca records than Decca themselves in the States. Sometimes they had bubbles and lumpy shellac. Anyway, Dick Powell with Plenty of Money and You. It's actually a song. It says called From Gold Diggers of 1937. Also forwarding a few years later. I remember hearing that in some cartoons of the time, or it's a well-known melody. And this side is Speaking of the Weather. It's really clean. It's a really clean record. I wish I had some Andrews Sisters that early with that label that clean. I'm missing. And this one is on the velvet tone. Didn't look like much, but it's actually good. Mysterious Mose. Mysterious Mose by Frank Auburn and his orchestra. The side is I'm in the Market for You from High Society Blues. So I got all of these plus this album for $5. Not bad. Next. I got caught up on the 70s. I forgot how. Oh, 14 minutes. Oh my goodness. Where are we in all these little notes there? $5 from this seller. Oh my goodness. Okay, we still have all this to look at. Okay, let's go back. Next purchase, very simple purchase. I'm always on the hunt for new old stock incandescent bulbs. I only use incandescent bulbs in this house, as well as nothing but I've already said that, the aluminum cathodic TV tubes, TV screens, cathodic screens, like that. All our TVs are like that. All my computer monitors are like that. So this is just simply Sylvania, never opened, still sealed with the old IGA price tag here, and it's 100 watts. So there we go, $1. Okay, next, a very simple little quick purchase. Took me more time to explain it than to buy it. Okay, what's next? I keep losing track of more. Okay, number 6. Oh yeah. Where did I put? Oh, there it is. I got this for $8. That was the asking price, so I paid $8 because tonight's supper is going to be perfect to reheat in the oven. So it's a Vision Corning USA 1.5 liter for $8. So let's not linger on that. That's pretty standard and a useful purchase. Sorry if you spot some in the corner of your eye, some stuff from past weeks. I just didn't have time to find place for stuff. After this Corning wear thing, yeah. Okay, so I have to show you a photo on my computer that's from about 2 weeks ago. A seller sold me 4 great albums that were all marked $10 each. And turns out that the King Crimson, although I knew by looking at it quickly that it wasn't perfect, turns out that it was warped. There was a bump in it, and it only impacts the audio on the B side. And there was also a hairline scratch that I could barely feel with my finger, but you really hear it for 4 minutes and 8 seconds. So the first song on the B side, which is 12 minutes long, is ruined. I've negotiated with him that this was 2 weeks ago. Last week, I've negotiated with him that I would bring. He offered me. I only mentioned what happened. And he offered to me that I bring it back to swap it with something else. I said, oh, perfect. But what happened is that I've mentioned that after we negotiated a record that I wasn't sure was going to buy or not, and this is the one that I saw last week, Metamorphosis by the Rolling Stones. Sorry about that. And marked $20, and it's in great shape. He offered it to me for $15 last week. And I still hesitated because I wanted to pay $10 for it. It's not their best record, but you know, the number of records I have and that I buy, I set myself some prices. At what price would I be happy with the purchase? And of course, I'm a cheapskate because it's clearly $15 is a great deal. So so then right after that, I do. While I was thinking, I do speak of my my King Crimson record. Yeah, he makes the offer. So it was clear in my head that I was bringing back the King Crimson the following week, which was this week, and I would pay the difference between the $10 of the other record and the $15 of this one. But this is what happened when I look at all the new records he brought. Nothing caught my eye, so it was just this one. So he said, I gave him the record back. And he said, it's $10. I said, no, it's $5. It was supposed to be 15. 15? No, it's marked 20. He said, yeah, last week you said 15. And he said, no, are you nuts? It's 20. So I've asked him, because I needed to understand, did he just forget? Or he said, but you offered it, what was $15? The $15 offer only if I paid cash? He said, yes. Oh, okay, I didn't get that. So he thought I was going to say no to everything and was about to pull back and give me back my King Crimson. Said no, I'd rather pay this more than I wanted to than keep the King Crimson. So I paid another $10 for this. But here's how I decided to see things. Okay, I was going to actually pay him not $5, but $6.25. Why? Here's how I think. And this is where you see how obsessive compulsive I am. These 4 records were marked $10, right? He made the lot for $35. That's $8.75. So I told him last week that I would actually pay the difference between $15, which was what I thought I would be paying, minus the not 10, but the $8.75 that it came to. So I would pay I would pay $6.25, not $5. I erased all that from my memory. I decided that what I got that week was 10, 10, 10, and 5. Because this I'm happy for 10, this I'm happy for 10, this I'm happy for 10, okay? So that changes everything. Because that means I gave back a record that cost me only $5, and I spent $10, so a total of $15 to get my Rolling Stone. So that's how I decided to see things. So it turns out that if I count the 3 other records as $10 records, well, that means I got it for $15. Oh my God! A lot of people would have dropped the whole thing, but that's how I have to know how much I paid for my records. Although you'll see other records later in the next video that I don't know exactly how much they come to, because I got good deals. So yeah, I've checked it, and it's impeccable. So I'm really glad I have this record instead of the King Crimson that has what the A side played very well, and not the B side. Okay, next. Let's move on. So obsessive compulsive with details. Okay, $10. Okay, yeah, this did the exchange. For $10, I got various things. He had records for $1. He had some newspapers in a box for $1 as well. He had other things for $1, but I got these 3 records. Here's what I got for $10. Okay. First of all, I have these 3 records. One is a double album. I already have all 3. This one, I remember that there was a big hairline scratch on my old copy that I had for decades somewhere in the basement. Blue Ridge Rangers. Okay. So this one is a little bit worn, but it doesn't have a big sucky hairline scratch, so I still have to compare them, and hopefully this will replace completely my other copy. This I got last year in mono with some scuffs and a few small scratches. This was in stereo, so I decided to get it, and it was definitely cleaner than the other copy I got last year. And this is Michelle Richard. She was a singer / pin-up / big. She has a big head. Yeah, but it's a double album compilation, which I already have, but I vaguely remember that there's a big effing Dymo name sticker thing on the. I might be wrong, but my memory might be. Anyway, I got this for $1. So these 3. Plus these next 5 newspapers, they had boxes. They had tons of stuff that came from an Elvis fan. So I got all of these papers that came out after Elvis's passing. So Le Grand Journal Illustré from August 1979, 225 photos. So. So that must be, since it's in August, must be two years after his passing. Bunch of photos in there. Elvis Lives On, National Examiner, September 15th, 1977. Special collector's issues. Elvis Lives On. Another one, Midnight Globe, September 15th, 1977. Elvis, The Truth Behind the Legend. 17 Elvis movie posters in color, but I thought it would be like 1 per page. Now it's just a collage of and it's an entire paper, by the way. So you have this kind of stuff. 4, 5. There's never 17 in there. Yeah, I might be missing a page, I think, maybe. Okay, it doesn't matter. It was $1. And J'ai vu mourir Elvis. Who said that? Le Grand Journal Illustré, 28 août 3 septembre 1977, 1977. Elvis Presley Special, Sunday Express, Montreal, August 21st, 1977. Elvis Presley Special, 21 to 28. Groucho's Final Exit. A Sensory stereo system for $469. Woo. Okay, so there were also 3 smaller special booklets like that came out of the paper, so they weren't entirely like complete papers. I think the Star Souvenir Pull-Out, Pull-Out is the right term, August 78, 1 year later. Édition spéciale du Grand Journal Illustré, 50 cents. Des funérailles du King, so I know this is pulled out of something. Elvis, 2 ans déjà, 2 years later, sa vie, sa carrière, sa mort. Photo vedette, semaine du 12 au 18 août 79, 79. Elvis Presley, a pop rock. I don't have the date on it. No, this is also. So I decided, because I had like 5 papers, 3 records, $8. These 4 smaller ones I offered $10. They said yes, so these are 50 cents each. So I thought it was pretty cool to have so much Elvis souvenirs in one shop. Can't say the word. What's next? I keep losing track. Sorry about that. $5 for $10 for that. And then I gave a record to a friend I meet only at the flea market, because I got 2 copies by accident since August. One in August, one last week, of Heavy Weather by Weather Report. So I gave him one of the copies, and he was very happy. Then for $4 for 4 LPs. The LPs in the box were $1 each. And I got, did I get anything I didn't have, or only records that I already have? Let me see. Actually, 3 of them I already have. This one I don't think I have. It's a disco single, Traffic Breakdown, Boogie People. And, it's actually, the title is Traffic Breakdown by Boogie People. And this side is Disco's My Life. Actually, it's pretty not good disco like I like. This is probably an upgrade to a beat-up copy I have, L'Affaire Tournesol. This I had to buy because it was $1, and I don't remember my best copy in which shape it is, so I didn't take any chance. And this, you don't leave behind a Jean-Jacques Perry record for $1 if it's playable. So the simple fact that it still had some shrink wrap around the sleeve, I said, yep. It looked better than I expected when I even looked at it closer at home. Some scuffs, some scratches, but $1 each. Perry Kingsley, Jean-Jacques Perry, for $1. And then I got tempted by the 78. This other seller had some 78s and an album or 2, I don't remember. And I was only interested in this one because of the title. It's on Pâté, it's from France. It's by Marcel's, which is a weird way of calling yourself when you're French. Marcel', Marcel's, and the title is Opium, Fumée de Rêve. So it's a song about opium, and it's on YouTube. It's on YouTube, so it's from 1931. So it's musically speaking, it's not very interesting, but the lyrics are interesting. The other side is very standard for the time. Quand on s'aime bien tous les deux. I got this for $2. I thought it was interesting to have a song talking about drugs like that. It reminded me of Tintin, Le Lotus Bleu by the Tintin book. Anyway, that was it for. That's enough. Oh my goodness, 28 minutes. So thank you for watching, and the best stuff of the weekend is in the next video, or videos. I don't know if I'll fit it in one video. Oh crap, no. Sunday would be at least 2 parts because I have way more records. Okay, so thank you for watching.